Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hen's Tooth Cafe. This one's been a little while in the making. Today we're going to be looking at this baby. This is kind of a brainchild of UK Toe Cutter and myself. It initially started out as a reverse engineer of the Frostwave Resonator, and I kind of went haywire with the ideas, and UK Toe Cutter brought them into reality. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's a crap load of stuff going on in here. Basically what it is, it's a Frostwave Resonator. If you're not familiar with the Frostwave Resonator, it's MS-20 style filter, high pass and low pass in series. You have the low pass first and then the high pass, and it's good. It's got some good funky filtering going on in there. If you're not familiar with the Korg MS-20, look it up, and lots of videos on it. And so we initially were going to do a board just to, for a box. And then I got to thinking, hey, what if we could control this, and what if we could control that? And I kind of made a Christmas list for UK and said, do you think you can make a board that can fit inside a Crybaby shell and still retain all the controls, plus add a few? And he came up with a beautiful board, fits right in there, and you've got all the original controls of the resonator, which is your low pass filter resonance, high pass filter resonance, and your input level and your mix of dry wet. And what we added was there's a dual gang pot in there for the treadle, and we put some rotary switches so you can put voltage to the dual gang pot and control the CV voltage with the pedal. Now the switches have two settings, well, three actually. Off in the middle, you have a red light, which means positive voltage, and you have a green light, which means negative or ground. So basically what it's doing is you're reversing, you're either choosing one pot or the other. So if you're on red or positive, when you push down on the pedal, you'll sweep up. And if you choose the green, if you push down on the pedal, it reverses the sweep and you're going down to ground. So you have 4 of these switches, and they correspond to your 4 filter controls: HP, LP, and your 2 resonance controls. So they, on the top here, it's HP frequency, resonance, LP frequency, and LP resonance. So this way, what you can do is you can play one against the other. You can have the HP frequency going up, while you can have the resonance going down while you're sweeping. Or you can have the HP frequency going down with the LP frequency coming up. And you can add the resonance, whichever. So you can choose whatever, parameter you want to control with the pedal, and whether you want it to sweep up or sweep down. And the nice thing also is that your CV controls are interactive with your regular controls. when you're controlling a parameter with the pedal, where you have these controls set becomes like a limit. The higher you set the pot on these controls here, the more you limit the control of the CV of the pedal. So if you turn this right down, let's say the LP frequency right down, you will get the full range of LP frequency from the pedal. But if you want to limit it to, let's say, 50% of the frequency sweep, then you can put this, let's say, at noon, and you'll only get 50%, so on. So this isn't that great with just a straight guitar input. It's like, you know, if you have a lot of harmonic content, it works best, I find. It's kind of boring with a straight guitar, but I have a big muff clone here, so I'm going to be pushing a big muff through this, and I'm going to twiddle some knobs and give you some soundscapes of what it sounds like. Now, I don't know if you guys will be able to see the pedals on the floor here, but I'll give you a brief description of what I'm doing. So, just to show you here, right now I'm not using any of the CV controls, it's just the ordinary controls on the side here. One of the things that you can do is that famous didgeridoo test by turning the resonance right up. So, just like the original Frostwave Resonator. So if you turn the resonance right up and then play with the filters, you can have like a drone going in the background. So you can, you know, with the resonance cranked, you can get all kinds of neat filtering drone going in the background. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to CV mode, and I'm going to start playing with the pedal, because that was really the premise of this whole project, was to be able to have some control over the parameters while you're playing, without having to use your hands, of course. I mean, you keep your hands on the guitar. So, just for fun, I'm going to choose the low pass filter on positive. So that means it'll sweep up. And I'm going to turn the control down on the side to get my maximum amount of sweep. So right away adds a whole new dimension to your sound. Now what I'll do is I'll turn the resonance down and I'll give it a positive feed on the resonance. So now I have CV control over the low pass resonance and the low pass filtering. So of course, right now what's happening is that I still have the high pass filtering going on and whatever the resonance is set at, but I'm not controlling that. I'm only controlling one side. So we can adjust the high pass to give the low pass a different bit of a different sound. So now let's try controlling the high pass and the low pass filtering. So we'll put them both to positive and we'll turn them both down on the side. So now the CV has complete control of the entire sweep. So now what happens if we play one against the other? So let's have the high pass going down while the low pass is coming up. So obviously as we're increasing the low pass, we're making the high pass disappear. But let's try it the other way. So there we find that in some cases having complete control or too much sweep is not beneficial. So once we figure out which way we want our sweeps going, we can use the side controls to limit both one or the other or both of the filters to find a bit of a sweet spot. So now if I decide that I want the more low pass resonance as the low pass is sweeping down, I'll put the low pass resonance to positive. And we can hear that resonance kicking in. So usually you can get all freaky on it too. So that's it in a nutshell. That's the Tresonator, as UK has baptized it, and you know, treadle resonator. I kind of look at it from the French point of view, tre meaning lots, so I call it the more resonator, the Tresonator. So that's the project, that's the result. I'll give you guys another quick boo at it. There you go, with all the little fancy bicolored. It's like Christmas, man. I tell you, I should have painted it like red and white striped like a candy cane. So that's it. There you go. All the details are over at diystompboxes.com. I'll probably taking a few more pictures of it. The pictures that I have were just, it was missing the foot switch in there and wasn't complete. But the circuit's available. I don't know if we'll be doing PCB boards right now for it. One day, because right now we're in the process of offloading a lot of Guyatone Fuzz Monster clone boards. So we're going to wait for sure to, you know, get rid of those first before we embark on another sale. But really interesting contraption. I didn't make the video right away. I held off for a couple of days because even, you know, I kind of had the idea, but when you create the monster, then you have to deal with the monster, and it took me a couple of days of playing with this to really get my head around what it was doing. But it is so cool. So there you go. Thank you once again for coming and watching and listening, and I won't waste any more of your time. Have yourselves a great day. Ciao.